right? When you have something like this happen in a place where someone thought he was speaking to a friendly crowd.
Sad stuff, man.
A largely friendly crowd. I mean, Utah, which is certainly conservative, a university-based.
Nothing but a big old mental health crisis.
Group of followers who would know who Charlie Kirk is right off the bat, a figure who lived on their phones.
And all of that harm that the left wished on people during the election time. That's all I can think about.
When there are these wrenching moments of political violence,
the comments in these news, these news threads, literally like nothing else I've ever seen.
Obviously, our elected senior leaders have intense security around.
I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Political actor like Charlie Kirk, you would have basic security, local law enforcement, campus police, that kind of thing.
Hey, Cole.
You would not have the kind of
yeah, no, facts, Sabrina, they are. They are. I have seen some people say some things today that just...
ability to assess a situation on the part of a gunman or gunwoman, a shooter.
I don't know.
And so there are so many...
I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of speechless. I just felt like I needed to go live.
A moment to again address what is the place of violence or a politics so poisonous that people cannot control.
But Trump did just call it.
Those are societal issues.
NBC just read the statement just a couple minutes ago. Hey, Gia.
Those who will grieve his memory, and then what are the next steps?
Yeah, Kelly, stand by for us. I want to bring in former White House Deputy Press Secretary Hogan Gidley, a friend of Charlie Kirk, who was just texting with him yesterday, and he was on the House floor moments ago during a moment of silence. Hogan, first, I'm so sorry for your loss. You knew Charlie. Talk to me about what you remember about him and what this...
He's literally on his platform saying that he doesn't care.
I can hear you now.
Oh, I said Petty's on his platform saying he doesn't care about this. I said, no matter what his political views were, this is not okay.
Like, he's just not talking about it?
No, he literally says he doesn't give a fuck. Like, he's not remorseful or anything.
No, he's straight up telling people that if they're upset about it, they need to go to Boss Hogs Live, that he doesn't care. Like, he doesn't want people in his live if they're going to talk about it. I just heard him say it myself.
Yeah. And again, his political views are against the LGBT community as well, and I would never want something like that to happen to somebody.
And Feral Panda, the girl that is under the account Feral Panda, literally said, well, maybe now his daughter doesn't have to grow up with a father that doesn't support her. Literally said it. Word for word. Yeah, fucking disgusting.
That's wild. That's why I also came over here, because I just found out, and he did pass away. And Petty's over there live saying like all this horrendous shit. I don't care what your political views are. No one deserves to get pew-pewed.
Carolyn, as far as I know, that's false information right now. They actually don't have the suspect. That was false. That was falsely reported. They do not have the person in custody at all. That's crazy. Come on, Pastor Petty. Like, that's the thing, you guys want to preach about all this stuff you care about, but you don't even care about your own damn people, regardless of what the view is. Like, and that's, I don't know, I'm just going to come out and fucking say it. That's the problem with liberals these days. And all this harm and shit y'all wish on people. Like, I don't want to get too political because it'll take my page, but it's just the truth. And then y'all act like that. Like, it's weird to me. It's weird to me. And, I mean, at least if you feel that way, keep your feelings to your damn self. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't speak at all. You know?
Did y'all's parents never teach you, if you don't have anything nice to say, then keep your fucking mouth shut? Like, no? Okay. I'm the only one? All right.
Hold on a second.
I mean, even we're a part of the LGBT community and we don't wish this upon anybody. Like, hello? He was against us.
Let me see if I can...
Coming up in here, asking Petty to give his thoughts on marriage for that man. The fucking audacity. The audacity.
Hold up, I was arguing with them like, are you, like, and I couldn't process the thoughts fast enough, like, y'all act like y'all ain't seen what the fuck he said about
Exactly.
people that are friends of mine, myself, people that look like me, women, children, R-worded women, and keeping, like, what the fuck?
The only demographic that he didn't speak detrimentally about are his same skin color. Let's just put it that way. If you had any touch of melanin in your skin, you're cooked. If you were from a different country, cooked. Asian, cooked.
I'm about to piss off some people. I'm about to piss you off even more. Tomorrow,
No.
Yeah. Yeah, that's highly extremely unfortunate. That's highly extremely unfortunate. Obviously I'm part of the community as well, right? But I will say that I agreed a lot with Charlie Kirk, and I related a lot to Charlie Kirk because Charlie Kirk is just straightforward. Like, he's just straightforward. It's like a learning the difference between discrimination and getting your feelings hurt kind of thing. But regardless of how anybody feels, like, it's human life, and this is part of the problem. It's so part of the problem. It just proves, like, the divide and the separation and, like, the amount of hate that people have for people just simply having their own opinions. Like, a man lost his life today because somebody couldn't argue with words. Somebody couldn't argue with words, and they just couldn't handle somebody's opinion. Children lost their father. A lady lost her husband. Communities lost somebody that they honored and looked up to. The debate communities, the universities, the people who he actually made a difference to. Like, how many times have you seen Charlie Kirk debate at a university? And there's plenty of people that have debated with him and actually walked away with a different viewpoint. Like, it's insane. You don't have to. We don't have to agree with anybody. You don't have to agree with anybody. But how weak is it? How weak is it that because you can't do or win something verbally, that you take it to those extremes? The comments I've seen in the news thread channels is, I have never seen anything like it. We're in trouble. We are in trouble. We're in trouble. And it doesn't have a damn thing to do with your Second Amendment right. It has everything to do with mental health crisis. Because I ain't never met a pew-pew that pulled its own trigger. Flat out. It is a mental health crisis. It is a mental health crisis.
Can I ask, Kimberly, has Parker been on? I know it kind of just happened. I didn't know that he was there and he was going to debate him today. I was like, when Parker was like getting big, I was like there at the beginning, so that makes me really worried. Sorry, I just want to ask Kimberly.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how Parker reacts. Somebody said TMZ was caught cheering when they announced he passed. Where did you see that at? I'm gonna fact check. So in case anybody that's in here and wants to spread false stuff, I'm gonna fact check it because we're not gonna do all that. We're not gonna do all the extra. That Petty, Pastor Petty, that's a solid reflection, dude. It's a solid reflection of, unless it fits y'all's narrative, you don't value life, and that's just facts. Just because somebody else has a different opinion or fights for different things than you.
Yeah, so Petty, you're telling me that this man deserved to die because of his political opinion.
Be careful with your words.
Sorry, I'll drop. I'll be right back.
Facts, Tara. Facts, Tara.
Hey MJ.
Hey.
Hey, I just wanted to say I didn't like the guy, but he didn't deserve this. And I condone it, first of all. And I just want to respond to Blue. I had seen Parker and Dean's live early. He's not going to go live today. He is very upset. And so
20 feet away from it.
Huh?
He was 20 feet away from it.
I just know that he did win in Dean's live earlier. That's all. I
appreciate you telling me. I was worried.
You're welcome. Yeah, he's not taking it very well.
Yeah, it's scary. I mean, imagine he was going to debate him today, and then 20 feet away, someone you've known for a long time gets pew-pewed. That's scary.
And what is also sad too, his kids saw it, from what I heard.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But I was going to talk, NJ, I just wanted to say that in response to Blue and just say how I feel, yes, I'm liberal, but I just don't condone it. I don't like when both sides, I think it's a both side issue. There's both sides that have done harm and it's gone too far. And I feel also the ones that when it's on the left or the right, there's people that celebrate it and it needs to be called out. Gun violence is gun violence. I'm against gun violence and that's where I stand. I don't care who does it.
Yeah, I appreciate your viewpoint.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and how scary for guys like Parker and Dean, where the debates and stuff, the political debate, like that's their niche, and they shouldn't have to fear just going and going somewhere and being passionate about what they believe in. Nobody should. And I would hope that for the Pastor Petty people, I really hope that you let that sink in for you today, while you're preaching about the protection of women and children, but I think you're missing the point. What about his wife and children? You're refusing to recognize the very thing you're trying to preach. I'll say it again. You're refusing to recognize the very things that you sit up there and try to preach. And that's really unfortunate. Facts, Lake Lady. It's scary.
He wasn't my favorite person, but I would never wish this on anybody.
All I can think about is back when the election stuff was going on and all of the liberals that were just wishing the worst on people. Like just fueled with rage, just wishing the absolute worst on people. And all I can think about is like how vile it is that probably those same people are celebrating. And the ones that aren't celebrating and are actually like hurt by it and confused, I hope that you really think about why you even said that stuff in the first place. And if you're celebrating, please go check yourself into the nearest mental institution. Honest to God. If you're literally celebrating this, then you are part of the big, big problem. A big, big problem. And it's not healthy, and it's not okay. It doesn't matter what you stand for. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's human life. Because somebody was angry at his viewpoints and couldn't handle it verbally. That's weak. That's weak. Pastor Petty, that's diabolical. But they're celebrating, not understanding that they're going against the very thing that they preach. You understand what I'm saying? Regardless of his viewpoints, he also had a wife and children. But y'all are sitting up there, like, spreading your word in the protection of women and children. So essentially, you're saying, what you're saying about him is that you're saying the same thing for his kids and his wife. And if that's true about TMZ, they're probably going to get canceled. Because that doesn't spread, especially as a media outlet. As a media outlet, that's not... Mm-mm.
Yeah, this is horrible. I'm gonna get down.
I appreciate you, Blue.
Yep.
I appreciate the viewpoint from somebody that didn't agree with everything, you know, that he would say and stood for, but still, you still stand against the whole point. And I appreciate that from you and Ella.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, it's, I don't want anyone to unalive from anything. Like, I don't give a fuck who you are. I mean, a human life is a human life, no matter what your fucking views are. And I would hope people would feel the same on our standpoint and not cheer on. What if that happened to Parker? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want the other side cheering on because Parker got unalived, or Dean. I don't know. It's just,
No, I agree.
do better, people.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really care for Parker. Some of his debates have been good. But I couldn't imagine just like the things I took probably 75 screenshots earlier of comments because I plan to do a mashup video with him, but like I couldn't imagine.
I'm worried about Parker. I like I said, I was there like right before he was getting started up becoming big. Like, it was like 500 people in his room.
Yeah.
I remember, you know, that's where I was before I even came to this side of TikTok.
Yeah, I was over there too. Honestly, I used to watch Parker quite heavily.
Yeah, I was in their Discords heavily. Like, I remember one day he told me happy birthday. Like, he singled me out and told me happy birthday. I said, bitch! He sent me the Discord. But, yeah, no, it's just sad as fuck. Like, it's sad.
Okay, I'm going to say this, and I know that you have 63 people in this room, and I am making this loud and clear. If you are celebrating this malicious act, make fucking sure that you fucking delete me and block me on every aspect you have contact with me. Period. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a damn. If you are agreeing with this, fucking block me. Thank you, MJ.
You're welcome.
Real same. I'm gonna get down.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm with Lake Lady on that. To be honest, I'm with Lake Lady on that wholeheartedly. Because if you're celebrating it, then that means that it doesn't matter what side you sit on, you still aren't standing for what's right, and that's a red flag. To be honest, if you're celebrating it, quite literally, that you don't stand with either side. That's a whole different kind of from what I'm seeing, Karen, yeah, they haven't actually caught anybody. And the first time the news said it, it was false information. So as of right now, they do not have the suspect at all. Man, that's so sad. That's so sad. Did it at 200 yards. Yeah, so he probably wasn't even in the crowd, which is crazy because of how many people were gathered around. I feel like the only good thing that came from this situation was that nobody else was hurt. That nobody else was hurt because of the amount of people that were around, you know? Especially if his family was there, if his family was close to him.
MJ, you have 2 phone number accounts that just came in.
Oh. I will, I'm gonna mod you right now, just so that we don't have to say them out loud. I usually do that when we don't have to say it out loud.
Okay.
And go ahead and take care of them. You should be all
All
set.
right. Well, all right.
You read on a news outlet his family was there. Yeah, just if they're ghost mode, it's probably not that big of a deal because obviously they're ghost mode, so people won't be able to pick it up. Just watch the door. I'll try to watch the door as well. Yeah, I don't know. It makes you almost speechless because it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. I will never understand how people can disagree with something so hard and so passionate that they feel that, like, how was Charlie Kirk bothering you in life? Just with an opposing opinion so much that you just... It's not going to help your side, I guess is what I'm getting at. This doesn't help your side. It doesn't help your side. Like, it just doesn't help your side. It just doesn't. It makes it worse. And these people celebrating, that is bothering me so much. Like, from the humanity part of it, that very thing that you guys all say that these guys are against, well, they're not for our women and children. If you're celebrating this, you're more not for women and children than they are. I hate to tell you, but it's just the truth. You are celebrating the very thing that you sit on your platforms and preach. And we're so upset when he got elected. Pastor Petty, you over there, what you just said, it doesn't make any sense. You are not for humanity. All of these comments I've seen today, you actually are not for humanity or rights. You're not. Facts, Pacific. Facts. Facts. And how sad is it, the amount of people actually celebrating on this app right now? Like, y'all make it confusing. You make it confusing because what is it that you actually stand for then? Do you stand for the narratives and you only stand for things when you want things to go your particular certain way, and if it doesn't, then this is what you celebrate the resorting to? That's so scary. That's so scary. And I can promise you that a majority of the people, because I've seen a lot of women celebrating, most of you probably have children. Most of you probably have a significant other. Husbands, wives, whatever your preference is. Like, he did, Ryan. He did. I knew it before they announced it. If you've seen the raw video, there's no way that somebody would survive that. His kids matter too. Tara, they don't have the right guy. They're still reporting now that they didn't get the right person, and that the person who actually did it is still on the loose. That the old man that they cuffed is not the person. Yeah, it was misreported in the college. Yeah, the college came back and reported that they actually didn't get the person, and it's on the news. It's the banner on the news right here. It says conservative activist Charlie Kirk, you know what? The person who did it on the loose after Utah pew-pewing. Yes, that is even worse. It's really sad that you just, to put it in simple terms, you can't even step foot on a college campus and have an opposing opinion. It's called a debate so that you debate. That's the whole purpose of a debate. You're going to have people there, and a majority of them are there to debate with him. And the sad part about it is that in a lot of the debates of his that I've watched, he changes the minds of a lot of people with a lot of good facts, no matter what side of the aisle you stand on. I have literally watched him take some of the hardest people and make them think. And so now, like, at this point, where are we safe? You can't go to school. You can't go to a movie theater. You can't go to a college debate. You can't go to church. You can't go to the grocery store. You can't go camping in parks. You can't have picnics. You can't have family reunions. Like, legit, like, where are we actually safe? I agree. I'm struggling with words too because it just doesn't make sense, and like it was shocking, but I feel like what was most shocking is the comments I've seen. I had made a post on Facebook, or I had made a comment on a thread on Facebook, and just said it was on an edited version of the video, and I had just said, you know, I watched the raw version of the video, and I knew he was gone before they announced it. I knew he was gone within 30 minutes of the first report based off of the video. And I said, what is actually wrong with people? And the amount of people the amount of people and what they're saying. Because somebody has an opposing opinion. Let that sink in. Because somebody has an opposing opinion.
I'm going to say this once to everybody in the chat. If you come in here being disrespectful, saying vile ass comments, you're out of here. First and final warning, I'm not playing this crap.
Yeah, I don't know. And I feel like everybody keeps preaching about like your Second Amendment right. And the whole time that's ever been a thing, I've always been yelling mental health. Mental health. There's something wrong. There's something wrong, not with the protection you hold in your home, right? There's something wrong mentally and emotionally for these things to keep happening. I don't think it should be stricter pew-pew rules. What I think it should be is a in-depth 12-part mental health evaluation in order to have them at this point. I want to see how you act when you're angry. I want to put you in a room and rile you up as hard as I can, and I want to see how you react. I would like to interrogate for at least an hour in a room, and I would like to see how you react. Because if in under 5 minutes, your reaction is going to tell me everything I need to know about whether or not you deserve the right to have that. And I don't think that that's that hard. They have, Tara. They have. I've seen it for some people's things, but today, so I'm an NBC watcher. I got on NBC on TikTok, and at first I wasn't paying attention to the comments. I was just listening to the story and trying to get caught up. And then I started paying attention to the comments. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And people are just, it's so easy for them to say things like that, and that's the problem in this country. That's the problem. It has nothing to do with your Second Amendment right, I can promise you.
We ask that everyone keep his family and loved ones in your prayers. We ask that you please respect their privacy and dignity in this time. A very powerful statement there from Turning Point USA. Tom Winter, I understand, has some new reporting, our national law enforcement and intelligence correspondent. We've been talking about what we know and what we don't know. Initially, there was a suspect in custody. Then the school came back and said, no, we don't have a suspect in custody, but we think the shot came from 200 yards away, which is a good distance. There were thousands of people in the crowd, and they identified the building in the back where they think the shot came from. What else do we know, Tom?
It is a good distance, Tom, but as our colleague Jim Kavanaugh pointed out, I think very accurately so, for somebody who has even just a basic understanding of a semi-automatic rifle, this would not have been a particularly difficult shot to make, and it underscores obviously the tragedy. Obviously, Kirk didn't see it coming. He did appear to have some security near him on stage, but this would have required what appears to be kind of more of a response that we would see in a Secret Service event, where you would have locked down the entire area.
No, Juan. They haven't actually caught the guy. They thought that they had the right person, but they don't. They've been reporting that whoever did it is still on the loose.
You know, they said that the shots may have come from the Rosie Center. That might in fact be true.
And that in itself is scary too.
To see
I'm sure they're heavily investigating right now, cameras, cameras around the university and stuff.
As I mentioned, it would not have been a difficult shot for whoever did this. Clearly did it in a way not to be initially detected, as Jim alluded to, and is now something who,
it's scary.
Appears to be able to run. As you can imagine, I keep glancing down because
it's very scary.
Phones are constantly buzzing here as we're tracking down various pieces of information and trying to corroborate information. But our latest reporting is that there is not any.
I was trying to stream Pastor Petty and.
Still looking for somebody. This is going to be Utah law enforcement investigation first. Certainly could have a federal nexus. The FBI, according to its director, Kash Patel, is on scene.
I don't know, Petty. Petty, that's so disheartening. That's so disheartening. And honestly, like, I don't want to give you too much of my time, because you've been blocked and irrelevant for quite some time. I really hope that your viewers are paying attention and paid attention to the words that you said and your lack of empathy while you literally sit there and be against everything in this moment that you claim to stand for. Because that's literally, whether you liked him or not, that's exactly what you're projecting. It's exactly what you're projecting. So you only want to care about women and children and rights when it suits your narrative. So people deserve to lose their life if they don't view the world and view things the way that you do, or live their life the way that you do.
Hundreds of people that gather to hear Kirk speak for this event.
That's exactly what you just told your viewers, sir. That's exactly what you just projected to your viewers. And honestly, I can't wait. I can't wait for that live to be put on YouTube. Because I'm going to use you as a lesson, sir. I'm going to use you as a whole big lesson. A whole big lesson. Because that's diabolical. That's foul.
Eyewitnesses reporting to us that they had run for cover, ducked for cover in the seconds after the shooting happened. Kirk, according to his organization, Team USA, Turning Point USA, taken to the hospital. President Trump announcing just in the last hour or so.
And I would almost bet money that he probably won't post this live on YouTube. I'd almost put money on it.
Conservative politics. He was not just a voice when it came to policy, he was a friend to so many of the White House.
Yes, this is extremely personal for the president and for many White House officials. I just spoke with some of them as this news was breaking, and there was this profound sense of shock.
Yeah, Faxters. And I was trying to look it up. They were saying that his family was actually there with him. So you not only care about the loss, but if that's true, you're also standing for the fact that his wife and his children had to watch that.
No one understood or had the heart of the United States of America better than Charlie was loved.
Like, are you good?
We're getting a statement from Turning Point USA.
Very young. I think, didn't he just have a new baby?
Gunshot that took place during Turning Point USA's American Comeback Tour in Tampa City. Received the merciful arms of our Lord and Savior who suffered and died for Charlie. We ask that everyone keeps family and loved ones in your prayers and across the political spectrum. Hallie, we are another across the political spectrum, I should say. That was a different statement from Turning Point USA, but we are getting reaction. Many Republicans, again, Charlie Kirk rally.
Yeah.
A huge part of the MAGA youth movement. Republicans are saying thoughts and prayers for his family as a much father of two.
Smallest was 3 months.
Democratic side, with Governor Gavin Newsom calling this disgusting. Senators from both political parties just expressing outrage.
And he had no idea. And what's even more eerie is what he said, right, like, and then boom, it happened. Literally, like, addressing the violence, the GNG violence. That was the last thing that came out of his mouth when it happened. And people are literally celebrating that. It's like the people in Chicago right now that don't want the military or the president there to clean it up and make people safe. Like, you're the same people celebrating this. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand.
You're also learning new in just the last couple of minutes that we will hear from the governor, from the head of public safety, so law enforcement, from school reps, and from the FBI at some point soon at this news conference, where there will be an
So
extraordinary
sad.
number of questions, including where is the person who fired this shot, who shot and killed Charlie Kirk? There is not a suspect in custody so far as we know. Tom, is there any indication that there is some kind of broader danger to this Utah community at this point?
You know, Hallie, typically when we see assassination attempts like this, the individual is, who's responsible is currently focused on the individual.
Like, legit, where are we even safe anymore?
We don't know what we don't know, and so there's been no indication from officials pointedly in Utah that there's no longer any sort of threat to the community. They are not saying that, but they're also not saying really anything, Hallie. We've checked in with our top federal and local and state officials, and so far no information coming out of Utah that's...
And it's that separation. It's that separation, and it comes from those very people that are celebrating this right now. Or are so cold-hearted, Pastor Petty, that you can't even say, like, yes, it's tragic and it's unfortunate and nobody deserves that, but we just have different views, so I'd prefer not to talk about it. You didn't even do that. You didn't even do that. You didn't even, the fact that you could even find it somewhere to, like, laugh, as if somebody expected that you owed humanity anything, is insane to me. That's insane to me. I literally can't wait until you post your live so that I can make a perfect fucking example out of you. Because that's exactly what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to have a whole series about it. And I'm going to dedicate it to Charlie Kirk. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show videos of what y'all say that you stand for. I'm going to show videos, multiple left side videos, of what y'all claim to stand for. And then I'm going to use Pastor Petty's video to show y'all that you don't make any damn sense at the end of the day. Because you can't have all of it at once. Kiana, Charlie Kirk, he debates Parker a lot. Around election time, I was playing some of his clips. He goes to the colleges, and he's a conservative, and he does a lot of debates at the colleges. If you Google him, you'll probably recognize his face, even if you don't watch him.
But it is possible, at least temporarily, Howard, that the horse has left the barn on this issue, given what we've seen the last 6 to 9 months, but really over the last 5 years. So that's a big concern.
Tom, thank you. Let me pause for a second because I want to bring in...
The panel's open if anybody wants to talk about it. You just have to watch what you say. There are words that will get us bananaed. Most of you probably know them. Try to use alternate words or, you know. I just wanted to come live. I know how I feel, so I just wanted to check on everybody, make sure that everybody else was good. It is devastating. It's also devastating to see just the hate and the rage, the lack of compassion. See the true colors of the people who just fight for humanity and immigration and all of the things that they say that they stand for, and they're celebrating. And I feel like this is like just gonna be the beginning.
Well, I got naturally the crowd around me started panicking and running.
I said it when I had that live around election time, you know, and they were all in here and in the panels and some of the conversations I had on the back end and all the whining that people were doing and all this, the misinformation, all the spreading of the misinformation, that was super annoying. But how many times I said, like, how many of y'all have actually advocated, like, for your viewpoints? I see people, like, speed texting and giving your viewpoints, and you're speed texting and debating, and you're on live crying that your whole world is ending because, oh my gosh, the orange guy and all this stuff, right? But not one person could tell me in any way, shape, or form how they were actually out in their communities advocating. And in my opinion, y'all are the definition of a mental health crisis from what I'm seeing today. And I can't say all of them, right? I can't be in 8 billion people's phones all at once. And clearly we've heard from a couple of people, you know, that opposed him but said that they don't stand with that. So I can't say all of them. But there is a lot of celebrating going on. And anybody can go check it out. You can go online to the Fox News, whatever news outlet you watch. If you click on their TikTok and you go in the comments, you'll see exactly what we're talking about. And them doing exactly what they claim to fight for. Which is that unless you paint the narrative for them that their wives and their children matter, yours don't. Especially you, Pastor Petty. It was work. Facts, Jenny. Go take a look. Get on your TikTok and click into one of the news outlets' lives. Just spend 45 seconds in there and watch the comments. Yeah, I don't even know how you tried to take a nap. I just went blank. I actually had to leave work a few minutes early because I just couldn't believe it. Just couldn't. Just can't. The sun all day with your gator.
It was actually someone just walked through behind the crowd directly and very brazenly just
Yeah, again, indications have been from officials that the actual shot in the car from further away. Tyler, we're glad that you're okay. You are no longer on campus. Are you home now? Okay, we're glad.
Facts, karma cookies, facts. And the scariest part is you can't even say anything to him. I feel one of the scariest things is even if you say something to him, the responses are even worse. That's how cold and callous they are. And desensitized. Like, it gets worse. Please hug your families because tomorrow's never promised. Yeah, that's what freaks me out. Like, a normal, regular moment at a university just debating some kids. A regular moment. It's like the girl that was unalived on the bus. A regular moment. A regular moment. And a 14-time offender that a liberal, from what I'm hearing, liberal judge let out over and over and over and over and over and over 14 times just for no reason. No reason. No reason at all. And she passed alone. No help. I've seen the raw video of that too. From her version, not the guy walking around the bus. I've literally watched the raw version of what happens to her right through her final moment. And all these, oh, they helped, when the camera switches, they helped. She had help. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. She went from a regular moment to gone in under a minute. Not one of them tried to help. Yeah, I seen that, Tina. As far as I know on that, they already had it removed. But again, that's another prime example. We literally want to talk about Second Amendment rights, but you literally have shit like that going on, and you literally have people with the mindset to go start a GoFundMe for people like that. And still nobody wants to believe it's a mental health issue. They just said what I said. Somebody unalived just for giving their opinions on things.
Some students, is there a fear of coming back to campus? I don't think that's the case right now. This is a different event. As we cover campus shootings throughout the year, unfortunately, that's something different.
I want to turn it up and let you guys listen to it, but yeah, he did, K-Dot. They announced it probably, I don't know, about an hour ago. I had texted you. I told you he would. I mean, we already knew based off of that raw video. The second I saw it, I knew. He was passed before they even got him off that campus. And I'd put money. I'd put everything I own on it. Because there's no way. There's no way. There's no way that somebody survives that.
Charlie Kirk was.
There's no way.
Influential he was in the conservative space. I have to think there's not, maybe but a handful of people on the campus where you are who hadn't heard of Charlie Kirk, whether they were at the event or not before today. No, Kay. They don't have the right person in custody. They thought that they had him, but the school actually reported that they don't. So the suspect is still on the run. And they think that it was from about 200 yards away. Thank you for the heartme's. That it was not a close encounter. That it was from a distance. Yeah, he felt nothing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah. Instant.
Our thanks to you there live on campus for us tonight. Our thanks to.
If you've seen the raw video, if you've watched the raw video, you know it was instant.
All hands on deck out there. Appreciate that.
Uh,
All of you, who was just about a block away from campus, as I understand it. He was on the
Yeah.
ground. He was at the event today. That you talked
Charlie Kirk, he wasn't Morgan. It was falsely reported. Charlie Kirk was unalived at a debate today via Pew Pew just about 2 hours ago.
From what I understand, from what I saw, you were kind of interviewing people, you were talking to people, and then the video picks up in the aftermath.
Yeah, it wasn't the old man. I think it was somebody from like the rooftop, like 200 yards away. They had originally reported that they got somebody, but the school came back and said it's not the right person. It's not the person that did it. The news is even still reporting. It's all the headlines that he's still on the loose.
And we were talking about why they were against Charlie Kirk, why they didn't, the things they said.
I know. I kind of said the same thing earlier, Morgan, but it's just sad that you can't even go to a debate, you know?
What did you do in the immediate aftermath? Did you also ran for your son?
Like the security aspect of it. Sad we have to live in a time that you literally can't go speak about your opposing opinion. And people think it's a Second Amendment right issue versus a mental health issue. It takes a different kind of person to make that decision, and it's not a person that's in their right mind. Facts, Kata. I talked about that earlier. I literally went through a whole list of all the places I could think that this has happened, and I'm like, where are we safe? Like, what can we do and be safe? Facts, Morgan. Yeah. Wife and kids. From what I understand, yeah, he's got a newer baby even. Yeah, can't go to church. Literally, like, honestly, I mean, we're kind of like, we don't like hang out in big crowds or anything. You know, we like to travel here and there, but I don't like to be around people. Like, all of this instills fear. Like, I don't like to be around people. I really don't even like to be in the grocery store. I'm blessed that we live in an area that is, I don't even know the word, because the reality is there's nowhere. It could literally happen anywhere.
Campus tour, if you will, the most recent one that you've been on, was intended to be a dialogue.
Like,
It was intended to be debate, healthy.
why do we have to be in fear going to the store to buy milk?
In the sense that the crowd was largely supportive and come out to sort of see Kirk in his element.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, there was probably 50 or 60 protesters there against Charlie Kirk, but the crowd supporting him was
scared to go to church. Parents terrified every single day to send their kids to school. Like that's terrifying. It's terrifying.
People were there to hear ideas, the transfer of ideas and discussion, and it's just a shame that it has to break out violence like this.
It's just terrible. Adam Bartholomew, thank you very much.
Man, I really hope Parker's okay.
As you remain, I know you're campus for Monday.
See, that's compassion. I don't really care for Parker. Parker triggers my ADHD really bad. Like, Parker triggers my ADHD really bad. But, you know, that's compassion. Like, I know, you know, he debates Charlie, and I know that he is probably terrified and devastated. A couple of people said earlier that Parker was actually at the event. Parker was actually at the event, from what I've heard. But compassion tells you, like, you feel for these people. You feel for these people because you can disagree with people all day long. You know, that doesn't mean that you want bad things to happen to them. It's kind of like that low-key shit that I preach on this app every single day. Like, just because you disagree with people doesn't mean you have to do the most to them, you know?
In the Republican Party here on Capitol Hill, one of them, for example, said, if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be a member of Congress right now. So really just hitting close to home for these members.
Oh my God. 20 feet away.
Capitol Hill is that members are scared for their own safety. That's something that has been going on, unfortunately, over the past few years in particular. Political violence on the rise. There have been a number of incidents, including recently there was the assassination in Minnesota for some state lawmakers. But this has really changed how members on both
Facts,
sides
Gia.
of the aisle are operating.
Yeah, and being on the opposing side is fine, you know.
Without anyone protecting them, and when they go home in their districts,
The difference is having compassion when compassion is due, you know what I'm saying? And there's just so many that are by the thousands just projecting the worst things. And I think that's what makes the difference. Like, you can disagree, but the good is natural to have the compassion.
that everyone can agree on how best to do that. Speaker Mike Johnson did come out and talk to us a little bit ago before holding a moment of silence on House floor. Let's listen to what he had to say.
I'll have to watch it when I get off of here, Kay.
Announced that Charlie Kirk had actually passed away from that gunshot wound. After it was announced, though, Speaker Mike Johnson put out a statement, again reiterating that Charlie Kirk was a personal close friend and confidant. So just a reminder again of why this is hitting so close to home for members of Congress. Melody Zinoon, thank you for your statement to the camera tonight as well. I want to take you now back to Utah. I want to show you here the room where we expect to see a news conference shortly. This is just the prep. This isn't the news conference starting. They're just checking the mics. They're making sure everything works. Because we do expect to hear at some point soon, we don't have exact timing, from the governor, from law enforcement officials, both locally and we presume federally. We understand at least some representatives from the FBI will be there, some representatives from the university as well, with a series of questions now around the current status of this suspect, the person who shot and killed Charlie Kirk. Questions around security at this event.
I'm gonna hop off here, y'all. I'm gonna have some dinner and watch this news special. Yeah, I don't know. I just hope and pray that people find compassion. No matter what side you sit on, like, find some compassion. If you have compassion, and pay attention. I really want people to pay attention. Pay attention to the people that claim to be your peers that stand on the same side as you and watch how they act. It's going to be huge, and it's going to be eye-opening for you. Honestly. Because the celebrating is insane. Y'all celebrating is just showing America like how in trouble we are. From humanity to just, I mean, common human decency. And I don't think that y'all have a right to talk about the Second Amendment when clearly you're just being blind to the fact that we are in the middle of a mental health epidemic. Because we are, and that's clear. I've never known of a pew-pew that pulls its own you-know-what. There's usually always a person behind it. But if it was their family members, it wouldn't be okay. Exactly, Morgan. Exactly. I talked about that a little bit. Like, the very thing that they preach about, all these women and children's rights and all these, you know, immigration, all these rights. Well, what about his wife and kids? Why are you celebrating now if you're going against the very thing that you claim to be standing so strong for? So you only care about the women and children and all these rights of the people who agree with you in your narrative? Because that's not how humanity is supposed to work. That's not what brings people together and makes things stronger and makes things flow.
At the moment is that this, there, by all any indication, there's no indication that this was involved more than one
Correct.
person, which is what
Facts,
makes it
Morgan.
easier to
Morgan, have you been in, like on TikTok in the news, like the news,
and we don't even know yet who the suspect is at this
lives
point. So, yeah, there are a lot of
to see the comments?
about that, but you know, as we've been discussing,
Like that right now has my heart broke more than anything. I feel like that's what's confusing me the most because it's literally going against everything that they claim to care for. Like that, like you claim that they are trying to take away your humanity, but this is the epitome of humanity. And you're celebrating the fact that it was taken from somebody just because they had an opposed opinion. If that makes sense. Like, this is humanity. And y'all's biggest argument is humanity from all over, whether it be immigration or whatever. It all boils back down to humanity. And that's y'all's literal biggest argument. But you're laughing at the most inhumane thing that could happen.
Josh Shapiro's home is not something that the FBI really got involved in. So, you know, there are
Like,
with the politicization of the about
it was the same when the floods happened in Texas.
priority. You know, obviously there have been
The things that these people were saying about these kids,
cases
because about the parents, because the parents voted red, and
against their what I mean.
I'm sure y'all know who I'm talking. That one girl too that went viral, but the school teacher that ended up getting fired. Just like y'all ain't doing your side any fucking justice. You're just really not. You're really not. It's pure evil. That's evil in its highest form. When you celebrate somebody leaving so soon in front of their family, in front of their friends, in front of their peers, while just trying to spread the word of things that they believed in, and you're celebrating that.
On the state level, and you know, depending on the state, like it's a
Like,
policy to the on the table.
Ryan Riley, thank you very much. I know you're
y'all's actions ain't matching your words. And like I said, it's not all liberals. It's not. We've had quite a few in here that joined the panel and, you know, shared their views, which I highly appreciate. But all I can think about is all the ones that just wished harm on people during the election time. You just wished all that harm on people. All that hate and harm on people. Just because of opposed opinions. And I can imagine that y'all that did that are the same ones celebrating. And that's sad. And if you're not, if you at that time wished all those horrible things on people and you're actually mourning the loss of a life today, then I highly encourage you to just start thinking a little bit differently and to think before you open your mouth. Because this is just a prime example. And hug your families, man. Hug your families. Let shit go. Try to forgive more. Because you just, it's instant. It can be instant. Facts, Morgan. Yeah, it's devastating. It's very devastating. It feels off. And I think it's just from all the hate and rage we're seeing.
You know, MJ, humanity, and I'm saying this for worldwide, okay? I'm not pointing anybody out or anything else. Humanity has lost the value of the one thing we should treasure most, and that's human life. I have followed Kirk for about 7 years now. He was one of my favorites. Did I agree with everything? No. Okay, and that's the thing. I did not agree with everything. I supported him. I donated to him. I have a monthly donation to his thing. But as of right now, people need to realize his baby is 3 months old. The little one is 3 months old. He has one just a little bit older. Not only a man lost his life, a wife lost her husband, children lost their father, a son, a brother. I am floored. And again, I'm going to reiterate. If you support what happened and you are celebrating, you are free to block me with no repercussions.
Yeah, and to be honest, yeah, I'm gonna be watching heavily. I'm gonna be watching heavily, and I'm gonna do the same. I don't care where you sit. Honestly, so far today, I think at one point we had about 90 people in here. Not one person that I saw had anything bad to say, which helped me out a lot. I appreciate that because part of the reason I went live was just because of what I was seeing, and I don't know. So I do appreciate that from everybody in here. If I see anything posted of any magnitude of celebration or any,
Humanity and the human life is the most valuable thing we've got. And that I cannot fathom people that I respected yesterday are jumping for joy today because of this.
yeah, they're picking and choosing what they mourn. You know, it's picking and choosing what they mourn, and that doesn't make any sense to me. You know, especially from a side that just claims to be so humanitarian. But y'all do and stand for the most unhumanitarian things that I've ever seen, especially today. And
Right.
it's not everybody, but I was seeing comment. I tried to go to 3 different live news stations today, and every single one of them, the comments were just moving. I think one of the news stations had 44K people in it, and
Well, that's the reason I come here. That's the reason I come here is because I can watch your screen and not have to worry about the disdain in the comments.
yeah, like I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I was sitting in the car in tears just watching the comments. And I'm like, okay, well, obviously I need to stop watching the comments because I just couldn't make it make sense. You know, and we're in trouble.
Yeah, no
We're in
shit.
trouble. This is bigger than, I mean, we knew it was bad, right? Everybody knew it was bad. This is bad. This is really bad.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, it's bad. But the distaste and the lack of humanity, we're fucked. We're fucked.
Yeah, we need to, it's a WAR of mental health. Like it's a crisis. It's a crisis, and I hope that's the main focus. And as far as the Second Amendment rights, I feel like uh, it needs to there needs to be a mental health evaluation. Like I said, interrogate. If you need to put people in a room for an hour and try to do everything you can to make them mad just to see what their reaction is to decide partially whether or not they deserve it, then add that to whatever the laws are currently. Like we have to do something. We
Okay, and that's one of the biggest things. I have a CC.
yeah.
I have a severe disability and I have a CC. My husband applied for his CC 35 years ago. My husband is 56. 35 years ago, he walked in on his ex-wife banging his best friend in their bed, and he literally said, I will leave, or I will KILL both of you. They freaking denied his CC because of that statement. And that, literally, because he made that statement 33 years ago, they denied his CC.
Yeah. Well, sadly, most of these people that have them, like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I don't know. We need to start digging into the history of people.
Well, you know, Kimberly, I don't know that deeper background checks would help, because this was literally, he was charged and then they dropped the charges. 33 years, well, it's been, hell, 43 now, but he literally had this expunged and they still found it.
I don't think it should be a criminal one. I think that they should add the mental health one. Like, if you are attending a mental health facility, it should be on a registry, so that when you do apply, that also pulls up. But there should also be like,
I think it should be evaluated every year.
yeah, like in an evaluation, or list of meds, like everything that you could possibly do that revolves around mental health, because normal people don't do this. Like, and I'm not even sorry saying it, normal people don't do this. The only way normal people do this is if it's in protection. And that's the thing, a lot of normal people do use that Second Amendment right to protect. We just had it happen in my state, where, thank God, somebody, a great person was carrying, and something bad happened in a store, and because of that good person, they were able to stop mass casualty. Like,
And exactly. And you know, that's what I say. I don't carry for my protection. I carry for my protection and the people around me, in case something crazy pops off across the restaurant from us. It's
Yeah.
not just for me, it's just for all of us. Because
yeah,
I can guarantee you, I would stop it if they were coming at me and at you.
parents, stop buying them for your kids. Like, just, there's so many things. There's so many things that I foresee it coming.
And
I
you know,
because of
I'll take a feed off of that, MJ. They should have never took gun safety out of schools. It was required when I was in school. We had to take that course. It was literally part of my graduating grade.
yeah. I mean, then again, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It just, if we go on Google and we type in the last 5 mass you know what's,
Mm-hmm.
I like, for me anyway, like, I see a common, like, there's a common pattern.
The common thread, yes.
Yeah, and even the massive one that happened here in the state I'm in, all the signs were there. Like, as I'm watching and like looking at, I could look at the kid and tell, and it's just, careless parents. I'm the one that said at that time that we should be charging the parents as well, and sure enough, very shortly after, they did draw charges on those parents. But yeah,
You know, the
kids.
one in Georgia, that happened at our high school, at
Yeah,
the high school in Winder. They charged the parents too,
yep,
because the child was gifted the accessory.
correct.
So,
Yeah, unless you're avid hunters and farmers, and your kids are, but they still shouldn't just have personal access. Taking all the safety. There's just so many things, but it's really, at this point, it really boils down to mental health, and we are in trouble. And I really hope that Trump sees it. I hope more programs become available to people, because
well, he was such an avid Trump supporter.
yeah,
He didn't agree with everything with Trump, but he was such an avid Trump supporter. Trump will pay attention to this. This will get Trump's attention.
oh,
And
yeah.
I hope it gets it in a positive way.
Trump is the one who made the announcement, who wrote the statement to make the announcement that he had officially passed.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not gonna not go anywhere. And I hope that a huge mental health reform happens. I really do.
100%.
Because it needs to happen. It's already lacking. I know a lot of people that ask for help and can't get the resources, or the resources are lacking. So, you know, there also comes a point where we can't blame the people if we don't have the systems implemented to actually help people. You know,
100%.
make it easier for people to get a mental health education, to be able to teach, or psychology or therapy or advocacy, or, you know, I don't know. I'm gonna get off here to eat dinner though. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Holler at me if you need me.
All right. Bye, y'all. I'll give you like 4 seconds to hit the follow button before I end if you haven't followed.